All right, it's time to. I guess I'll wait for some folks to get in here now. Take and make sure I share this to my discords. Let's see, copy, paste. Paste. There we go. There we go. Hopefully everybody's doing good today. How's it going, DJ? Let a couple more folks get in here, and I tell you, it's been no videos today. Probably won't have a video tomorrow either. Probably won't have a video till Monday. Try to make sure. Let's see. What up, Danielle? Cheers to you. Ezza, PB, Aisha, Farrell Jim, Dunk. Cheers to all of y'all. Yeah, everything's going good. Everything's going good. There's enough people in here now. Go ahead and I know probably a good portion of you noticed that. What up, CB? Last week I had the first 3 days of the week were nothing but were skits, and I've got another one that I've got to take and actually get edited. But y'all are gonna start seeing. Man, I love doing reactions. I've been doing this for almost 3 years now. I've got Jesus Christ, I don't even know how many videos I've got on my channel at this point. I think it's well over 1,000. I say 3 years, 2 years. Been over 2 years since I started doing this. And I've never had the issues that I've been having with YouTube that I've started having here recently, which is to be expected. And it's like I took and asked a couple of the reactors when I did interviews and stuff like that, do you see any changes being made to the way reactions are viewed, or they have to be done within the next 6 months to a year? And just about all of them said no. But I know other American reactors are having the same problem I am. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Andrew. I've taken and done videos and picked kind of at JT Reacts, because he does a lot of the Watch Mojo top 10s and top 5s and doesn't do a whole lot of stuff that gets your channel in trouble. But that's a smart move on his part, to be honest with you. Goddamn, it seems like every other video I do is either claimed or blocked in some way. And I've gotten to the point where it's like, so going forward, starting next week, this weekend, I'm getting a green screen to go behind me. I'm getting stuff to take and actually build a rig to make a green screen to take and go to different places in my house, and even outside of my house to take and do videos. There's segment stuff that I want to take and do. And unfortunately for my members, I apologize. I haven't gotten out some of the stuff that I've been wanting to take and get out. Some of the stuff that I've started reacting to. I've got to take and do Faulty Towers and some other stuff, but I haven't been able to take and do them, just the way everything is kind of lined up between trying to take and either record stuff, get it edited, especially now taking and doing the skits or life in general with kids and school and stuff like that. I'm going to be making a more concerted effort this weekend and next week to take and get a lot more stuff to y'all, not only in the member Discord, but also the free Discord. You're probably going to see on the channel a reduction in the amount of reactions that are done. And just as a way basically to protect the channel. this is something that I've worked at for over 2 years. And I'd hate to take and see all the shit that I've done take and go to waste or take and just go down the drain because uh, it's that part of the year where they take and crack down, which I understand it's copyrighted stuff. And while a lot of folks don't see a whole lot of stuff, oh, you're taking in, you're not. Oh, I've taken use Adobe Premiere, and here shortly I'll be adding in some Adobe After Effects and stuff like that. I don't want to take 2 years, have 2 years of what I've been doing just go down the drain. A lot of folks don't see reactors as taking a really adding any value, but whenever you take and get down to it, taking a watching, connected to a person on a level because they like something you like, getting their honest opinion of what they're seeing. If the reaction is being done right, taking and having the video stopped, and you either get laughter, you take and get a lot of times even with the laughter, you get the commentary, you get the critique on whatever's being watched, you get the final summarization and stuff like that. The original intent is ultimately changed, but it's getting harder and harder to do that. So I'm going to continue doing it. It's just I'm only going to be doing 2 a week from this point on. The problem with that, Tyler, is the fact that there's so many. I've had a ton of people, and number one, my view count drops whenever I take and do that, which I'm cool with that. I'm not so much worried about the view count dropping because I know a lot of the stuff that I react to that gets put on Dailymotion, like the Phoenix Nights, Father Ted, and stuff like that. I'm not really concerned with the views dropping on that. It's just a lot of folks have taken a comment on the fact of, you're making us take and go to a different place. We know likey. You know you're going to lose subscribers over that. And I'm not really concerned so much with that because the other content that I do will take and make up for that. So, but I've tried to limit how much I do that now just for the fact of people don't like taking and going off platform. It's not something that really gets promoted by YouTube because you're putting a link for people to take and go off platform. If that's something that, y'all still want me to take and do, I'll take and do it. I'll take and add, that as part of, that'd be separate from the regular reactions that you'll see. I'll still take and put stuff on Dailymotion then. If that's something that y'all, hey, I don't mind going over here. It's just, I've seen so many people, it's really cutting into, you're going to take and lose people because we don't like it. And I know that going in, but it's that affirmation from other folks has been one of the reasons I've been like, I actually, once I get through the meat and potatoes of this and y'all ask some questions and stuff like this, I'm going to take and actually drop a link in the American Reacts channel's Discord that I'm in. And hopefully one or two of them have some time to jump up. No, you got to think YouTube has to take and walk a fine line, right? So they've got all this copyrighted content that's on their stuff, that's on their platform. Under the fair use standard, there's a lot of things that I don't think are done correctly as far as reactions are done, and it gives a lot of the reactors that do things the right way a bad fucking name, and it gives them a bad fucking image. And it sucks that it's like that, but there's so many, I've seen so many reactors that just sit there and they just watch. They don't take and pause, they don't comment, nothing. They just watch. And it's like, well, I could have watched this shit on my own. So I think there's so much of that buttressed against the people that actually take and do reactions and take and give an honest reaction all the way through and a summarization at the end or a final thoughts basically at the end of it, that it gets it makes everything murky. So I don't think they do more harm. I'm gonna be honest with you. Thanks to YouTube, I'm my own boss. I don't have to take and go make money for nobody else. Any money I make on YouTube, I pay money to the tax man. It don't take and go to the boss. It don't take and go to some corporation that's making hundreds of $1,000s off of my labor. Everything I make off of this is me. So I think it does more good than harm. It's just some of the ways that they unequally take and actually enforce rules is where the harm is created to creators. But there is a lot of people on YouTube that use it strictly as a money grab. And while the money is nice, for me, the community building has been one of the more fun parts, because I've met so many people, or I've talked to so many people from, I'm one of the UK, but I've talked with folks from Australia. I've got folks that comment. They'll come in and they'll message me on Instagram and stuff like that. I'll take them back and forth with them from like Finland or Denmark, and that's not, you don't take and get that kind of, you're not able to take and get that kind of outreach on other things, on other platforms a lot of times. So I think it does more good, and if it's used in the right way, not only is it a way to take and enrich your understanding of the world, but also it's a way to connect human beings. And I think it's a beautiful thing in that aspect. I think YouTube has to take and get better at maybe enforcing things across the board, or if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. So if this isn't going to be touched over here, it shouldn't be touched over here. But if it's going to be enforced over here, it's got to be enforced over here. Otherwise, there's no need for the rules. And I think a lot of times they unevenly take and enforce things, or they unevenly take and give harsh punishments, or slack off too much on one side where it's not the same way on the other. So, but going forward, 2 reactions a week probably. I've got stuff I've got with the green screens. Once I get the green screen in, and once I get the one, I'll be able to take the rig built for the green screen this weekend. I'll have one behind me that I'm able to take down, and I'll have another one that I'm able to move around the house. That right there is going to open up a lot of the stuff that I've had planned and have not been able to take and get done. Also, how do y'all feel about the skits that I've done? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I've done a couple of the skits. Number one, just to try to be funny. A couple of them to try to take and play off of different things. Yeah, man, definitely. Have to all get together maybe on a weekend or something like that in the morning, whenever over in the UK it's the afternoon, so we can all take and kind of get together and invite as many people from all channels. And it doesn't matter whose channel it's on. I'm down for that, like 4 flats, cuz. So that's the thing with that's where I'm sitting with the channel. I'm going to continue doing reactions just because I love them and I love learning. So I'll do 2 regular reactions on the channel. I'll take and do 2, maybe 3 reactions that I'll take and push to Dailymotion. That'll be stuff like Father Ted. It'll take and be Phoenix Nights. Once I can get a hold of the In-Betweeners again, it'll be In-Betweeners. As soon as I can, I haven't been able to get a DVD drive yet. I've got Yes Minister, Yes Prime Minister. I've got Allo to take and finish. All of that's going to take, all of that'll take and go on to Dailymotion. So you'll have that as well. Now, I've seen some questions, so fuck you, Joey. Fuck you, Joey. I did try to comb. I got to get a haircut, cuz I ain't even gonna lie. And what sucks is like my hairline's receding a little bit, so, and it's getting a lot thinner. So it looks fucking awful regardless of what the fuck I do with it. I'm just being God honest with you. It looks awful. Well, thank you for that, Aisha. Shut up, Joe. You're such a dork, man. What up, Stephen Jody? Cheers to you. Hopefully y'all are doing well. Give me here in a minute. I'm actually going to take and put a link in. Lup. I have congratulated Janice. Shut the fuck up, Joey. Shut up. Stop being an asshole today. What the hell? What'd I do to you? What'd I do to hurt your feelings? Is it because you're grooming Chatio? Is that what it is? Still Game on YouTube. It has to be on Dailymotion. The only 2 things I've done the only thing I've done of Still Game was blocked and had to take and dispute it to actually get it on YouTube. So I don't know why that is. Like the crazy thing is I see other reactors have reacted to still game stuff, and it seems like they have no problem with it. I've done it. It got blocked. I had to dispute it. It's up there with a copyright claim, which is cool. I expect that going into all my reactions. So that's but I'll look more into that because that is funny. What I react to is funny. Very much so. Very much so. And I will get with you on that later this afternoon. What up, Steve? Uh, 2-0. Go Saints. I'm still learning. I'm just be honest with you. I'm still learning. Bottom is hilarious, and that's another thing I've got to take and find. I've got to take and buy the series, bottom series, and then take and do the DVD and put it on reaction. I know you are, Joey. I know you are. I've already reacted to let me. God dang it. I thought I'd reacted to Dam Busters at one point in time, or at least the raid that the movie Dam Busters was based on. Navia, bruh, Navia Fishduski. Is that Finnish or something like that? Erica who? He groomed Janice too. Let's see. I don't see anything for Erica Happy now. Let's see. Opinion, please. What are the main differences in British and American comedy? Main differences, in my opinion, is the outlook on societal things. Not only that, but also the way the comedians over there take and go after not only politics but also celebrities and stuff like that. The only people we have here that take and go after people in the same manner would be Bill Burr and probably Dave Chappelle. Which Dave Chappelle right now, people are like, "Oh, cancel him." I'm like, good luck. That's the main thing I see in the similarities and differences. Um, it's just it's not only that. A lot of times the delivery is different. Like here, they're the storytellers are masterful at it. Here, not so much. There's a couple that do it pretty good, but like that's I don't know. It seems the British comedy all the comedy in the UK seems to be in a much different league than what it is over here. Um, Crime videos, documentaries. That's a route I haven't thought about, but I'll definitely take and keep in mind, and I'll take and if there's anything that you got in mind that I think I might need to take a look at as a way to start in here. Let's see. Let's see. I need her into translate. Yes. Hold on, hold on. I lost the thread. Where was I? There I is. Out of town. Jack Hargraves out of town. I have to take a look at that. Let's see. I've got like 100 tabs open over here because I know recommendations are going to come in, which is cool. I love getting them. Let's see. Jack Hargraves out of town. There's a lot of Jack Hargraves stuff. It looks very interesting. Yeah, he did get slammed. The thing about it is, I took and watched a special, and I've watched all the specials on Netflix. I think people are missing the message of the overarching message is, and even ended it with, the whole thing of empathy. So, have not seen Spinning Image. David Attenborough documentary. Why does that name sound familiar? And I'm also looking for the whole thing, Erica Happy now, and the whole everything that's coming up is just bringing up like Beverly, the Real Wives of Beverly Hills and stuff like that. So, have not seen Spitting Image. Let's see. A lot of comedians don't use the word cunt here, but I use that in real life all the damn time. That's what I want to take and look. Let's see. That's one thing I plan on looking at a little bit more too is the young ones because, and this got blocked. No. Yeah, it was the young ones, robbing a bank or something like that, and it got blocked. What the hell? But see, the problem with reacting to British films, I'd have to put everything over on Dailymotion because films are a whole different ball game from TV, music, and anything else. Like films is something that gets you in trouble like that, unfortunately. Let's see. Anything? Yes. Guy Martin is awesome. I want to meet that cat. He's just so freaking interesting. Like he's so fascinating. His passion for everything and the way he throws himself in it is just it's awesome to look. No, not at all. I don't even watch TV. Like the only thing I watch on TV over here is HGTV, the Home and Garden Network, and it's like flipping houses or like Love It or List It and My Lottery Dream Home and crap like that. That or food. Like I don't watch a whole lot of TV just because the TV over here is shit. Like there's not a whole lot that is good. Yeah, my Lee Evans stuff that I've taken and tried to put over on Dailymotion gets blocked. Because I tried putting 2 Lee Evans videos on Dailymotion. The only way I've been able to take and put Lee Evans in anything, there's a comedy festival routine that he did, and that got claimed, which is cool. Like I said, I go and figure most stuff's going to get claimed. And then the Queen Bohemian Rhapsody, the skit I did talking, Bohemian Rhapsody, greatest rock song ever or whatever. That right there is the only thing I've been able to take and get really any of his stuff into. And the only claims I got on that video were from a cover of Bohemian Rhapsody and the original clip of Bohemian Rhapsody. So everything of his gets blocked. But yeah, Dailymotion does block stuff. They'll take and send you, yeah, we had to take down the video due to a copyright. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And see, that's a frustrating thing. Everything is by BBC is like, unless it's really, 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 really old, it's basically a no. I mean, even some of the old stuff I can't take and react to. Like anything I've tried to react to, basically only Fools and Horses, other than the falling through the bar part, it gets blocked. Every bit of it. Love some Frankie Boyle. Time Team. Let's see. Tell you what. Copy. Paste. All right, so this, so if anybody bites. Yes, Squid Game is awesome. The only thing I've reacted to, or the only thing I've reacted to by from Dad's Army was it was one clip. It was where the kid asked a question. I cannot remember the name of the clip, but it was hilarious. I like the American version of The Office. I think it's my wife is obsessed with that show. Oh my God. She is absolutely obsessed with that show. What up, OB? Cheers to you, homie. Hopefully you're doing good. I'm glad people are able to take and get whole movie reactions on the YouTube. It's not something I've been successful with. There's a reason why I have to take and this is what this is what I was talking about earlier with things aren't applied across the board on YouTube. It sucks because if I could get away with doing a whole movie reaction, oh, you bet your bottom dollar I'd have did it. I've tried it and it got blocked. The only reason why I got it blocked because I got a copyright strike. So it's one of those things where it's like with, I see channels out there that are taking and doing stuff like full movie reactions or full episode reactions. I'm like, and it shows that I've gotten blocks on before. And I'm like, how the fuck are they getting away with this stuff? I don't get it. And I've looked and I've looked at, number one, their editing technique. I've looked at a certain way they're doing it, and they're not doing it really any different than what I've done mine. Well, hello there. How are you doing?
Is this working?
Yes, it's working.
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything? Uh-oh. Can you hear me now?
Camera. Oh, no. Oh, wait. I mean, I could hear you if I turn it on my laptop.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you if I put it on my laptop, but I'm on my phone because my laptop webcam isn't working.
Oh, no. Well, how's everything going for you today?
Good. It's probably gonna be super lagged because I can only hear you if I watch the stream, but I can't hear you on StreamYard.
Oh wow, that's weird. That's weird. Beaky, that does not help at all. Because I tried doing that with bottom. Still got blocked.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what's going on.
It's all good. It's all good. Oh, you got a fan in here. Yes, she is. So
maybe I have to have it
you got any
onto my phone.
You got any headphones or anything? Time Team. That's the one where they take and go around to different places, right? Like do like historical stuff?
I
If I'm not
do,
mistaken.
but
I was about to say the headphones might work a little bit better if you take and put headphones in either into your laptop or phone. That's a pretty cat.
okay, getting headphones. I take this.
And
Stop.
Frank, I've got an Odyssey account. Everything of mine that I upload to YouTube goes directly to Odyssey because I've got the Odyssey and my YouTube linked. I have to take a look at maybe putting some stuff over there too. And see, the problem with trying to take and react anything on Netflix is that it's blocked, or it's blocked from screen recording. Because I've tried, there's a couple different shows. Afterlife, I got one episode done, and it just. Can you hear me now?
I can. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Awesome. So,
oh man.
We've been talking back and forth in the Discord, and you've also been running into a lot of copyright either blocks or just straight out like it's just not letting you take and get away with. And like I was talking about earlier, we've both talked about it. There's other channels that have tried some of the same stuff that we've wanted to react to gets blocked, and it's like there's no problem. They're not doing anything different than what we've done.
Right. Even like videos people I've reacted to a few months ago that were fine. Maybe they got demonetized, but they were still viewable. Are now getting blocked completely.
I remember last year around the same time, I took and went from the Eclectic Beard reactions to Eclectic Beard gaming and reactions because I was running a lot of the same problems that I am now with the music part of things because I was doing the music reaction still at this point last year. And I don't know if it's the same thing that's going on, but it seems to be more aggressive this year. How are you going to try to combat maybe some of that going forward? Because like I said, I'm gonna be doing skits and different segments and stuff like that to kind of add some flavor to the channel. Because I really don't feel like I've got a choice at this point. It's either do that or risk losing my channel.
Right. You don't want to lose your channel. I've lost one before, and it's not fun.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do more reactions towards YouTube content and YouTube channels rather than TV content because even like the comedian stuff is getting blocked. Not only like TV shows, but it's comedian stuff, which all of my viewers want me to react to comedians, but it's like it's hard now because literally everything's getting blocked.
Yeah. And it's like I took and told Innocent American took and did the Daniel Slaw swearing, which hilarious. And I'd done a reaction to it a couple weeks ago. And out the blue, I mean, like 2 days later, just out the blue, it's like I log into YouTube and all of a sudden you got a copyright strike, Daniel Slaw swearing. And I'm like, what? Like it was fine for 2 days and all of a sudden, so that's the reason why I gave him the heads up on that earlier because that was the last video. And so now I've got, I think, another 2 months before that strike actually falls off. But I tell you, I find it interesting that, and I think I'm gonna be honest with you, I think part of it is the fact that there's so many people doing the American Reacts type reactions now, as opposed to like 6, 7, 8, 9 months ago or something like that. Because I know whenever I took my first time taking or labeling anything American Reacts, like there was like 2 or 3 other channels that were doing it. But past that, you had channels that had like one-offs, like American Reacts to football, American Reacts to this and this. Now it seems like everybody that's doing reactions is going this route. It seems like that, or if they've got a channel that's smaller that they're already doing reactions, they're starting to work a whole lot more of it in. I think that might be part of it because like it's the only thing I can figure, other than it's just that time of the year where YouTube's just like, oh nope, we're gonna start cracking down, and we'll take and let up again on January like they do every year.
But yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It really doesn't. So where are you from over here in the U.S.? Because I know you and your husband live in the U.K.
We're currently in Scotland, probably the worst part of Scotland. We hate it. But I'm from Rochester, New York, and my husband's from Bardstown, Kentucky.
Wow, so you got banjos and and Rochester is not exactly it's not a really big city, but it's still city though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like mid-sized.
Yeah.
Like Cleveland or something.
Did he feel whenever he took an I know he's had to have gone to where you're from. Did it, I don't know what if his part of Kentucky was small, but did he feel like almost like it was like Clampett's come to town? Because I know when I'm from a small town, I know when I take and we went to Boston over the summer, and it was like, oh, the only thing we're missing is the moonshine.
Well, he has like a Midwestern accent like me because he kind of grew up all over the place. His mom moved around a lot. So he grew up a little bit in Bardstown, but most of his like teenage life and maybe preteens, he was in like DC and Rochester, where I'm from.
Oh, nice.
So he's kind of used to a little bit of everything, I guess.
So what made y'all want to take and move from the U.S. to the UK?
For me, it was the movie Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley. And then for Steven, it was me taking him to the UK on our first trip to the UK. And he's like, okay, yeah, I can see why you want to live here.
So how long have y'all been there now?
I think we've been in the UK now for like 4 years. And then we were in Germany and the Netherlands before the UK as well.
I'm jealous. I'd love to take in. Like I said, one of my favorite things to watch, and it's crazy because I've looked at some videos and be like, that doesn't seem all that, crazy, especially as far as house design. But I think some of the stuff that hasn't been surprising to me is because I watch channels like Discovery or like HGTV, and I'm jealous because I see all these places. I'm like, that looks awesome. I want to go.
We were on HGTV, House Hunters International, when we moved from America to the Netherlands.
Really?
We have an episode, yeah.
What?
It's called I don't remember. It's called like Settling Down in Rotterdam or something. I don't know, but I have the name of it somewhere, and I have a video of us reacting to our House Hunters episode on our channel.
I'm definitely going to take and check that out.
I'll put it in the Discord for you. I could do that right now.
Awesome. So y'all both take and produce content. Do you have a job outside of taking and putting content on YouTube, or is?
I was working as a video editor for another YouTube channel, and I just quit that one so I can spend time learning the more professional editing like Adobe Premiere and After Effects. So right now I'm just learning that so I can get a better job in the future.
Nice. So you do not only y'all do not only reactions, but also y'all take and do vlogs. What's the difference in editing between doing vlogs and taking and doing reactions? Because I have a feeling that doing vlogs, the editing on that's a wee bit different than whenever you take and do a reaction, because probably not as many moving parts in the reaction as there is in the vlog.
Reaction is a lot easier to edit. It depends how many fancy things I want to do to a reaction video, like the zoom ins and outs to either Steve or me, whoever's talking. But overall, I'd say a reaction video probably takes me an hour or less to edit, depending on how lazy I am with the editing. And vlogs could usually take at least 2 hours. Sometimes if I have a ton of footage, it could take me like 4 hours to edit a vlog.
Goodness. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to add music and edit to the music, and yeah, it's a lot. Sometimes I do voiceovers to add in, information about a place we're visiting that I didn't really know at the time. So.
Oh my goodness. It's funny because the reason why I asked that is because most of what I do is reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Before the reaction channel, I actually got another channel where I've taken I either talk about or I'll take and look at tech and autos and stuff like that. And holy crap, between the research and then editing out the ums and the dull spaces, and editing in maybe graphs or different stuff that I want to add.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I was like, it would take like you said, 4 or 5 hours sometimes just take and get one 30-minute, 15, 20, 30-minute
Mm-hmm.
video done, because you want to take and make sure everything's done so it's presentable and people aren't like, oh, what's this, and cut it off within 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things I love the most about reactions is the editing. It's just like, all right, here's intro, here's outro.
Yeah.
Done.
It's easy. And sometimes with vlogs, I might have 2 cameras, so 2 cameras worth of footage that I have to splice together, and they're going to be out of order because it's on 2 separate memory cards. So, because sometimes I want Steve filming me doing stuff, and then I'll have my own camera filming stuff. So, yeah, it's a lot.
What's the biggest difference between living in the U.S. and the U.K.?
I think the cost of living, for sure. I just feel like everything is more expensive over here. Rent is more expensive. Houses, mortgage, more expensive. The food is more expensive. The gas or the petrol is definitely more expensive. The taxes are higher. Yeah, pretty much everything's more expensive.
Is there a difference in the quality of life, though, with those higher expenses than what you'd have over here in the U.S.?
It really depends how much money you're making. Because since the pandemic hit, my husband lost like 4 jobs. And so we had to move somewhere really cheap, but still safe. And we really don't like it. So our quality of life for the past 2 years hasn't been great. But I mean, it's comfortable, I guess. We just haven't really been able to do anything, and we don't like the town we're living in. But before the pandemic, we were living down in England. We were living in Brighton. We really loved Brighton. I would go to London like twice a month to see shows. We would travel to Europe. I think if you can afford it, the quality of life is better. But even if how we are now, because the work-life balance over here is better and you get the free health care, I would say overall, I think it's better over here.
That's one of the things that me and my wife have talked about, is because we plan on going to the TT and then taking a month-long trip, visit England and Wales, and just go through all of it over there.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about it, and if we're able to, if the finances line up, we plan on taking and possibly making it to where it's basically going to be not only for fun, but also looking for a place to maybe take and move to for a year. Just because our 2 kids, we live in a little podunk place. Like when I say we are out in the sticks, we are out in the sticks. I'm surprised we have cable internet out here. Like it's that type of sticks. We've got town like 20 minutes away, but it still takes 20 minutes to get to town. You know what I'm saying? The next closest town doesn't even have a stoplight. We don't have a stoplight. We don't have a post office, none of that stuff. So I'm like, they're not, unless we were to take a move all over the U.S., like get a camper or something like that, they're not going to experience or be able to take and get some of the, worldly culture and influences as if we're able to take it, unless we're able to do something like that, because otherwise it's going to be narrow-minded folks like we have around here.
Yeah.
Because,
And how many kids do you have?
I've got 4.
Oh gosh. That's
all
going to be
girls.
expensive then.
Yeah, all girls too.
Because in 2013, we did a road trip around England. So we didn't stay in one place. We rented a car. And for the 2 of us, that was $6,000. But that was back in 2013. So the flights were more expensive. They're like double the price what they are now. So for 6 people.
Oh, when me and her come over, at least initially, it'll just be me and her, because it'd be nice to get away from the kids for a while. Not even gonna lie, because they range in ages from 8 to 18.
Yeah, I mean, it's doable. I would say probably 5,000 if you're planning a month. It's doable. You just gotta save.
Dang. I was about to ask you something. I forgot what I was about to ask you.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Would your job allow you to take that much time off? Because Steven had to quit his job for us to go to England for him to have 3 weeks off. He had to quit. They wouldn't let him.
Luckily, this is my job.
Ah, okay.
Well, luckily, this is. Well, it's crazy how this happened too, because
although difficult now that everything's getting blocked.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's just now getting to here this year. It's just now gotten to the point where I'm not like, all right, I need to take a look for a part-time job to help out around the house, because I'm not bringing in a whole lot of money. I'm still not bringing in a whole lot of money, but we're able to take and pay a lot more bills. So that's always nice. It's crazy because I had a 9 to 5. I say 9 to 5 is more like be at work at 7 o'clock in the morning, and maybe I'd get home at 6 o'clock in the evening. Might be 7, depending on my workload. I was driving around doing underground utility location. I was driving to my next spot, and all of a sudden I got really dizzy and really lightheaded, and just felt like a massive chill come over. I had to pull off the side of the road, and I give it like an hour, and I still just like, I was like, something's not right. I had to take and go to the emergency room. That put me out of work. They're like, oh yeah, it's vertigo. I'm like, bro, I've got vertigo that's brought on by sinuses. This ain't vertigo. This is a completely different beast. After a week, I had to take and go to an ear, nose, and throat. Like, it's vestibular neuronitis. It's an infection of the nerve of the inner ear that it affects your balance. I'm like, oh, well, that's lovely. How long is this going to last? Well, some folks last about 2 weeks. For some folks, it could last 6-7 months. I'm like, what? What?
Wow.
So while I was down, my wife wound up getting a job, because where we're at is crazy. I've always been the breadwinner here at the house. It's crazy though, because my wife's like, oh, things get tight. My wife, I need to go get a job. I'm like, why? Because we're going to have to put the kids in daycare, and that'll take your whole check. So
yeah, that'll take your whole income. I
just work more hours. Heck with it, She took and went to work, and she loved it. And she's like, look, you're going to be down a while. She's like, and she said, even whenever you're able to take and drive, we don't know how long to be able to take and drive, how far you'll be able to drive, or nothing like that. She said, we don't even know at this point, because this was like 4 months in. She was telling me this. She's like, so go ahead, and if you feel like you got to, she said, we'll take and run out your short-term disability, and you just take and tell your job you're not going to take and go back. I said, all right, that's cool. Because that's exactly what I did. I took in it, and it lasted. It happened in February, finally in July. And this was 2.5 years ago. Finally in July, I was at the point where I could drive from my house to the store, but I couldn't drive again for 2 days because I'd be off balance still.
Oh no.
I called short-term disability run out. I called my boss, and I was like, hey man, I'm not coming back, dude. At this point, I got to the point, as long as I was sitting still, I was good to go. So I was putting out videos, doing the reaction channel. It was growing. I was putting out videos for the other channel. It was bringing in money. I was like, if I take and put everything full force into this, it might take a while, but I can actually grow this and make this into something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what luckily happened. I mean, I had 2 channels that were monetized by December of last year. Somebody took and recommended I take a look at, and I was already looking at the stuff I was reacting to was the hip hop and the rap over there in the UK. So I was already looking at UK stuff anyways, and I was already, my buddy be like, "Oh yeah, he's from over in this area," because I'd be like, "Dude, the accent is so much different." He's like, "Oh yeah, he's from over here and he's from over here," and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Holy crap, that's a massive swing for an accent."
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, "Well, take a look at Al Murray, Name a Nation. We've defeated them." It got maybe 1,000 views the first 2 days. I was like, "Oh, that's doing real
Mm-hmm.
good." 2 weeks later, 30,000 views last 48 hours. I said, "What?" I went and looked at it. It had like 70,000 views on it. I said, "What's going on here?" And that right there, between that and then the accent video, so I've gotten extremely lucky with my
Mm-hmm.
channel. But that's allowed this to thankfully be my job.
Yeah,
So
that's actually one of the next comedian reactions we're gonna do is the Name a Nation, we've defeated them. But I'm like afraid to even do it because it's like it's probably gonna get blocked now.
I've only had one of his videos that I've reacted to ever get blocked, and only one other one actually claimed. And I think I've got like 4 or 5 of his videos on my channel. He is
Yeah, I've done Al Murray
hilarious.
before. Yeah.
He is just absolutely hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ashley's review. Ashley, if you've got the time, if you're able to join, I've got the StreamYard link in the American Reacts channel's Discord. So if you want to hop on up with us, you're more than welcome. I forgot what I was going to ask again. It's horrible. Like normally when I take and do interviews with folks, I've got at least a list of stuff.
Right.
It's been so long since I've done it, and I didn't think about it before I did the live stream. I didn't think to take and maybe add some questions in case one of y'all jumped up. So, but this is good. This is cool because maybe even at a later time we can do a little more full dive on things as far as you and Steve are concerned, because I think it's so cool. Number one, to be able to not only support each other, but also be able to take and sit and have conversations and get to know about your channel more. Because how long have you been on YouTube? That's another thing. How long have you been on YouTube in total?
A very long time. 10 years kind of dabbling around different things, and finally I saw the Americans reacting to bird stuff. I was like, oh wow, that's like, why don't I do that? Because I'm an American living in the UK. So yeah, started doing that, and then that's when my channel started growing. So that's what I've been doing since.
That's it's crazy because you're from the U.S. and you live over there, so there's probably you've got it. I'm basically on the outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
You on probably for certain things still you probably still feels like it's a little bit on the outside looking in, but you've got more of an insider's perspective on things that how the thought process, how people are, how the culture is, and everything like that. Whereas a lot of us are over here, we're giving our American opinions on what we're seeing, that we're not, because we don't have that. We're not over there.
Right.
Do you feel like that's giving you any kind of like, oh, that makes sense, or that makes sense? Whereas over here, some of us have been like, what in the world am I looking at here?
I think so. I mean, it's definitely taken time, but because we can watch like the TV over here and listen to the radio, watch the news over here, we kind of know a bit more about what people are talking about. So we kind of know more about like the inside jokes and more of the slang and what their slang means. But it's definitely taken a lot of time for sure. And I think the biggest thing that, dropped my phone. The biggest thing we realized here that we thought like all British people were like super polite and just like very proper. No, they're not. They're just like really down to earth. They swear all the time. They're always like picking on each other. They're normal, just like anybody.
It's funny that you say that because it's over here in the U.S. Anytime anybody from England is ever portrayed on TV, they're so posh. Like the accent is like so prim and proper.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas even taking and talking to, number one, when I started doing the reactions and listening to some of the folks talk, I was like, what?
Yeah.
What part? Wait, where are you from?
Yeah, a lot of accents.
Because I think for us over here in the States, we're so insulated by our media doesn't do a good job of representing the rest of the world. They really don't. And the whole idea that American exceptionalism that we're fed from a young age. And then once you actually start diving into stuff, it's just, we're an awesome country over here. But a lot of this stuff, they're like, yeah, we're the best. It's like, no, homie, I'm sorry. We're just not. I mean, look at the infant mortality rates, look at the healthcare system, look at these other countries are doing it better. Just saying. I
would say out of all the countries I've had experience with, I would say the Netherlands are doing it the best.
Oh, really?
And yeah, they're so clean.
There we go. We got Miss Ashley in here too.
Oh, hi.
Oh, sorry, I had my mic muted.
And how are you doing today?
How's everybody doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
I was just about to work out, so that's why I kind of don't look great. So.
Oh, you look good, girl. You're such the cutest. I love you. You're so adorable.
Me?
Yes. I mean, Alan too, but
don't even lie. You put my
His
face.
His beard is adorable.
You put me on the back of a milk carton. Ain't nobody coming to look for me. Don't even lie. All right. I know better.
How you doing, Alan?
I'm doing good. I figured I was like, you know what? There's some stuff I need to take and talk about as far as changes that are coming on the channel. And I know folks are going to ask questions. I was like, let me take and do a live. And I was like, you know what? I'm live. Let me take and invite other people. So that way we all get to take and hang out maybe for a little bit. You know what I mean? Because it's something that we all talk here and there whenever we got the chance in the Discord channel. Me and you, I've interviewed you, Ashley. I've been interviewing Jody a little bit here. And it's real cool to just have that kind of interaction.
Yeah, it's long overdue because we did talk about it months ago. You did mention it.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I wish life would work out so I could have at least earlier been like, hey, let's all do a round table.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So this is something also, other than I think gaming, you don't see a whole lot of interaction. Well, I say gaming, beer community does a lot of this where you got different people on the panels and stuff like that. But as far as other genres or niches on YouTube, you really don't see a whole lot of folks get together and talk and stuff like that.
Well, the hat community and the sneaker community does it.
But they got to flex on each other is what it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Got to flex on each other.
Yeah, because they have like, they do this thing called like versus where they compete, show each other hats and stuff like that, but it's pretty cool. You should check it out. It's like this thing that they do in those two communities.
I'd probably be hecka jealous because I probably can't afford half of what they're showing on. Man, that looks awesome. Let me look at the price. Oh
yeah. No. It's pretty cool though, because sometimes they have like sometimes they do battles and they battle each other, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like why do you have so many hats? And I never knew that hats were like expensive. Mm-hmm. I never knew that. I never knew hats cost over $100.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why you'd buy a hat that costs over $100.
I don't know why either.
I've been in a couple stores. I'm like, oh, it looks nice. It's not that nice. It's not that nice.
Put it right there, right?
Shoes I can see because they have to be comfortable and they have to last long.
That's true.
And if they look nice, that's a bonus.
Yeah. But not a hat. You're not gonna wear the same hat like literally every day. sneakers you could wear every day for as long as you're going to get your $100 worth or whatever,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, it's like what buying shoes are also kind of like buying a new pair of tires for your vehicle. Like it set the whole outfit off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've seen some color coordination, but like, wait a minute, how did you find shoes to match that? You can't do that. You can do that with hats, but I wouldn't spend over maybe $10 for a hat. $15 at the most is nicely fitted.
So you said that you were making changes to your channel as far as like what exactly?
Doing more skits, I'm getting a green screen this weekend to take and go behind me that I can actually take down and put back up whenever I need to.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take and make a rig so I can have a green screen that I can kind of take around the house.
Okay.
Take and shoot in different spots.
Yeah.
And scaling back on the reactions just because it seems like every third video is blocked at this point. And it doesn't matter what I'm reacting to, if it's TV or comedian related. It's basically out.
What? I feel like this is how I feel about it. I don't know. I feel like, how do I explain it? I feel like they kind of nitpick on certain channels. I don't know. I feel like it's like a flag on certain channels, I think.
Maybe.
I could be a little off, but when stuff like that happens, I just feel like it's nitpicking. Because sometimes I go through that phase as well.
Well, it wouldn't be so bad if some of it wasn't stuff that, you know, at least people or, you know, comedians and stuff like shows or comedians that you've reacted to before, no problem. You know, maybe you get a claim or something like that on it, which, like I said, you know, it's that you kind of expect going into doing a reaction. You expect to claim at the very least for a lot of stuff. But whenever it starts getting blocked, but you see these other channels that are taking and put the same stuff out there, and they're able to take and get it on, it stays on, and there's no problem.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like sometimes they target a certain channel for a little bit, and then when you ease up and do something else, and then you go back to it, they don't bother you anymore. I don't know. That's how I feel, honestly. Like the other day, I got a strike. I went live. Now, this is something that I've been doing way before I started doing reactions, because I'm a huge fan of boxing. Like, I'm a different human being when it's time to watch a fight. I'm cursing. I'm acting a fool. I'm drunk. I'm in the moment. Okay? I'm in the moment. And the other day, I went live for Tyson and Tyson Fury and Wilder. Everybody knows I don't like Wilder. Never did. Never cared for him. So I went live, and I've been doing this I have so many live videos that I privated because, you know, I don't want it up for the channel. It's just for the moment and for everybody to have fun, you know, and I'm just like kicking the shit, having a good time, live, doing my little commentary. And then next thing you know, a couple hours later, I get a copyright strike. Now, it's a full strike that I'm fighting. It's not even from like Showtime or anyone like that. It's from, I don't even know. It's a false claim.
Well, I was gonna say, you're not even taking it. You weren't even showing. You're just giving commentary on what you're seeing, right?
I was giving commentary, right? But like me moving around and stuff like that, you can see a little bit of it.
Oh,
but no, I've done this before, Alan. I've done this before plenty of times.
Is it a pay-per-view?
Yeah, it was pay-per-view. I'm not a newbie at this. And this is something that I've always done. And it's not like I literally showed the fight, like, look, guys, like, look, you know?
Oh, I know somebody that showed, like, accidentally showed, like, 2 seconds of an NFL game and got a strike on their channel. I was like, bro.
But the
What?
network that's striking me doesn't even own the rights to the
And
fight.
see, and see, that's the thing. And that's the other part. That's the other part for me for some of this stuff that is so aggravating because you do get those false claims. Because
Exactly.
I'll take a look if the copyright claim, like if I take a look at a comedian and the copyright claim isn't from the comedian's company, the rights company that he works with,
Yeah.
or maybe like if it was shown on NBC or Comedy Central or something like that,
Yeah.
NBC subsidiary, if it's not by one of them, I'll take and go looking at whoever it is, and if it's not nowhere associated, I'm like, yeah, no, we're not having this.
So
That's another. I think that's one of the more aggravating parts is you get those claims or you get those strikes, and there's nobody associated anywhere in the world with it.
So let me tell you, this is how I know it's a false claim. For one, like I said, I've been doing it before. I've even went live at a boxing event. Literally, was there. So, and this was like years ago. I went live on my YouTube while I was at a boxing fight. So, I did some digging and some research, and it's this page, this YouTube page. I think it's called BB British Boxing something. And I went to their YouTube page. Are you kidding me? The person is literally at the fight showing clips of the fight, like front row center in Las Vegas. They have like 32,000 subs, and they came and striked my channel saying that I'm using their stuff.
Oh no, yeah, I'd fight like hell on that one too. That's bull. That is complete bullshit. That would piss me off.
What?
That would completely.
I think
incense me.
and then I think that they were like maybe upset because the amount of people that was probably in my live or something like that. I don't know, because when I went and looked at their channel, and I looked at like the views, and they actually showed clips of the fight live there and posted it up. No commentary, no nothing. Literally the stage, them there, everything, and I'm like, you came for me? I don't even know who you are, guy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that's one of the reasons why I'm just. That's one of the reasons why, like, I took an ad at the gaming there for a while. It's stuff like that. You just it gets disheartening because you get the stuff, and I understand the legit stuff.
Yeah.
Granted, I think with as much commentary as I put on most of my stuff, it completely changes the original intent. It transforms the viewing experience. It's not really taking anything away. The fact that I've got the link to the original, people can go watch the original if they want to watch the original. It takes and gives that clip or that person more traffic a lot of times. But the stuff like that right there, that goes back to the whole thing of YouTube not taking enforcing things unilaterally across the board.
It's because they don't have enough people to sit there and watch like all these reaction videos to make sure it's a fair reaction and they're not just like uploading the clip.
Yeah.
They just automatically flag it.
Yeah, well, I've actually asked for a manual review on 2 different videos and had stuff reversed, but
it takes so long, and then it's like by the time they do get to it, you kind of like over it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I'm actually gonna change things on my channel as well. Was supposed to do this.
I remember you said something a couple of weeks ago about wanting to take and change the way you do things on your channel.
Yeah, and my ex, which does YouTube as well, he been told me, do what I'm doing. Literally, do what I'm doing. You're very knowledgeable. And I'm like, well, I don't want to just do something because somebody else is doing. I want to do what I want to do. I want to do something that I enjoy. So I'm going to check it out to see if I really like it. And if I do, then maybe I'll rock with it. I don't know. But it's hard, especially when your channel, when you on the, I don't know, hot seat. I don't know. I seem like they nitpick certain channels. Some people are more luckier than others.
Mhm.
You know.
Oh, there's some reaction channels out there that I look and I'm like, it's got to be due to the sub count that they don't think get in any trouble. That's the only thing I can figure with some of them.
Or maybe they're assigned to a MCN.
And that I think that's the case for somebody like No Life. And I don't think he's part of an MCN. I think No Life Shaq got like, I think that cat. Now, granted, he's talented at what he does.
He has like 1 million and something subs, right?
Oh no, he's at 3 million subs now.
Oh, he's at 3 million.
I think the only reactor that's bigger might be Stevie Knight and then SS Sniper Wolf. I think they might be the only two that are bigger than what No Life Shaq is. Granted, Shaq, his personality and stuff like that, I get it, completely get it. But this cat's reacting to like Eminem and like big name artists.
And you don't think he's signed to an MCN? Oh, he might be signed to like maybe the label or have permission from like the label.
I guarantee you he's got I think he's probably got permission from the label because he's had Eminem and some of the bigger artists actually reach out to him and give him props on Twitter and stuff like that.
You know, I tried to reach out to I tried to find contacts for Channel 4 to see if I can get permission. That is like, I give up on that. I give up on that. I give up on that. I've been trying to find, to see if I can get permission at least to react to certain things.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
Now, Jody, how long have you been doing reactions total?
Since April, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
And Ashley, you'd actually been doing reactions before you did the actual like American Reacts type stuff too.
Yeah, I was doing music and stuff like that, which I miss. I'm actually going to do a reaction later today to a music video that's dropping.
Oh, I'm going to start incorporating at least one grime reaction a week on my channel just because I miss it.
Right? Music is good for the soul.
It is.
It's oh my gosh, I love music.
I love musicals. That's like all I listen to.
Oh, okay.
Musicals?
Yeah.
Like Singing in the Rain and American Paris, stuff like that?
Yeah, those are really
Chicago?
old, but yeah.
Wait, so when you're in your car, how do you listen to musicals?
Spotify.
Oh, they have them on Spotify.
Yeah.
Oh. So I learn something new every day.
She's over here going musicals, and I'm going back to like Fred Astaire and like Guys and Dolls and Frank Sinatra and stuff like that.
Yes, DJ, that's exactly what I'm talking about. 7 o'clock my time.
Adele's new song comes out. Yes,
your time. I'm excited. I can't wait. I love it though.
Now, Ashley, we had talked about this. Jody, you not having done reactions for as long.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing it, like I said, for over 2 years now. Whenever I started doing reactions, like No Life Shack, Art of Kicks, the Matthews Fam, Two Sushi, like there's a lot of channels I was watching before I started doing reactions. Like I seen how they were doing it. I was like, all right, I don't have as much personality as some of them, but I can take and put my own unique opinion and view on things. Out of all of them, the only one still doing the music reactions, and I think it's due to the copyright stuff, is No Life Shack. Matthews Fam, he does like the TikTok or the True Life and the crime stories and stuff like that now.
I love him.
Same. I do too. Dude, he is so awesome. Him and his wife's personality together, they're awesome. But him by himself, like his outlook on things, the way he looks at things, for me, that's the most fascinating part of his channel because he's so down to earth with things, and his perspective is so cool. It's hard not to relate to him. And his wife just has so much personality whenever she's on there. But like them and like Two Sushi and a couple of the others, like it's like, wait a minute, what happened to your channel? Because I've stopped following them for a while because I started doing reactions. Once you start doing reactions, it's kind of hard to watch another person do a reaction.
Yeah.
You don't want to. It's just the way it rolls. and y'all get it. I check in every so often, and be like, wait a minute. I look back at Matthew's family, like I stopped watching them for like 3 months and went back. Well, let me see what he's up to. I was like, wait a minute, what in the world? Same thing with Arctic.
Something totally different, right?
Yeah, and I think it's because of the way that everything is kind of handled across YouTube. Like I said, Stevie Knight, no problem whatsoever. That cat can take and react to anything. I don't think he's got any problems. There's another guy, laid back,
Huh?
laid back, Baker or something like that. That cat right there, his reactions, same thing with Lost in Vegas. I think they take and go case by case, but a lot of their stuff is either full reactions to like full songs, you can hear the whole thing, or they'll take and give a summarization with little clips throughout. But other than like them, like everybody that's, unless they're doing like independent YouTube artists, you're not, it's not as prevalent as it once was for music reactions. No.
Yeah.
So I think it's going through this twice now of having the blocks and man, what in the world? I think that's, and also to my subscribers that are in here. When I say I'm only going to do I'm only going to do 2 traditional type reactions. Some of the reactions that y'all are going to see going forward are going to be segmented skit style reactions where my actual reaction will be contained. My thoughts on what I'm viewing will be contained within the skit. And I think it has to be done that way, or I have to take to that way. Number one, it freshens things up for me because I've been doing it for so long. But also number 2, to take and get around the whole aspect of the fair use, making sure that it's completely, it's changing it even more than what the original viewing experience would have been.
Yeah.
Even as a regular type reaction. So just know that you will get more than just 2 reactions. You'll get 2 traditional reactions at least on the channel outside of what I put on Dailymotion. And then you'll have a segmented or skit style reactions to go with other segment and skit stuff I have planned for the future on the channel.
Let me ask you about Dailymotions, because I had Dailymotions, I'm going to say for like 2 years now. I did have videos up, but I deleted them. I have a lot of issues with uploading to Dailymotion. I don't have the patience.
So I haven't had any problems. The only problems I've had on Dailymotion is trying to get Lee Evans on there. It's
That's
hard
what
to
I
get
had
that
blocked
cat
Lee
on
Evans.
anything.
Oh, I give up on Lee Evans. I would never react to him ever again in life.
It's insta block, and it sucks, but it's insta block with him.
Yeah, but it says something about like the quality. I don't know. I get like this error message all the time. It's just like extremely.
Oh, you got to take and after I take and get the reaction edited, I have to take and run it through Windows Video Editor to take and actually downscale.
Oh, maybe because it's 4K.
No, mine are 1080p, but the thing is, you got to take and downscale it to where it'll actually fit the file size, because I think it's only like 300 or 200 megabytes is the file size.
Oh, I don't got the patience for that. Yeah, no. If it's not uploading the way that I record, I don't have the patience. I'm sorry, I don't have the patience.
I can see that, because it's one of those things where it's an extra step, and extra steps a lot of times it gets so frustrating. It really does.
I kind of figured maybe because it was being recorded in 4K, so maybe that was the issue, but I wasn't sure. But I'm glad you just mentioned that. Yeah, I don't have the time for it. No. And I know a lot of people love Dailymotion, but if anything, I'd rather put it on, what is it called? Odyssey.
And see, I've got an Odyssey account, and my YouTube is linked my Odyssey account. So as soon as a video goes up on any of my channels, it goes up on Odyssey as well. I
was scared to actually link my YouTube.
Oh no, it's secure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm actually I think I'm gonna try to take and maybe find a full movie reaction type thing to do, and try to upload something to Odyssey instead of YouTube, and I'll take and make the video. Hey, it's on Odyssey. Here's the link, and see how that goes. I've had more than I've had like a dozen or more people taking, hey, instead of Dailymotion, have you looked at Odyssey? Have you looked at Odyssey? Because the main go-to for a lot of folks in reactions for a while, even if you look at folks that have Patreon and stuff like that, they're like, oh yeah, go to my Patreon. You go to the Patreon, the videos they've got are all through Vimeo. Now Vimeo is starting to take and be just as bad as YouTube with a lot.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
even
no.
use them. I use my Google Drive. I think I uploaded one video because Google Drive was taking too long to process. So I was just like, you know what? Let me use Vimeo. But I don't trust them. If it's not in my Google Drive, I really don't want to.
And see, that's what I take and do. There's one of the reasons why I kind of had to take and go to Dailymotion for some of this stuff is after I think about 2,500 people, you have to wait for a certain amount of time before more people can view it.
Yeah.
So if you've got, if you've uploaded reaction to something that's going to be heck of popular, people might get pissed off a little bit.
Yeah, no, somebody
got
pissed off at me before when I had I forget what video it was. They were like, why would you post this link and it only let a certain amount of people? I was like, Jesus, you know what? Y'all just never satisfied. Lord, they was literally coming. They was mad. I was like, let me delete this because these people are upset. They was like, why would you do this? And it's gonna have so much traffic. Oh my gosh, they was coming for me.
I've had folks that take and say stuff before. I'm like, I'm working with what I got here. I mean, that's all I can do, really.
I know.
The Google Drive thing. That's one of the things that now, if I've got something that's blocked and I don't want to take and put it on Dailymotion, I just want to take and make it something for people that are in my Discord, like my members, or even the free Discord. Which I haven't uploaded anything for a while to the free one, but it's so much easier than taking me like, oh yeah, here you take and go to no, I'll just download it, man. It's a lot easier that way.
I know.
I
know.
Guys, I gotta go. Sorry, it's dinner time here in the UK.
Oh wow, yeah, it's almost 6 o'clock there. So
yeah. But it was nice chatting with you guys.
Very much so. Thank you for coming up. Thank you for coming up. So,
thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, and I have to take and get with you on a little bit more expanded interview in the future with your husband as well.
Yeah, he was working. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, it's all good. I understand how that goes. I actually need to get up with SoGal. Me and her can take and do an interview. It's just sometimes life is, gets in the way. So, but it's nice having you up here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, Jody.
Bye.
So, what else is a good website to upload to WeTransfer? I use WeTransfer too.
I've never used that. I haven't even heard.
Let me tell you, like this. It uploads like this. You upload, and then you just give everybody the link, and they can view it or download it.
And what's that called?
WeTransfer. It knocks everybody else out the park. Trust me. I was like, what? Oh my gosh, I need to start using this all the time.
Let's see.
You see it?
Yeah. I'm looking at it now. That it's I'm trying to think of how. So you just take and put the link for the WeTransfer, and people can just download it.
Yeah.
I'm here on their front page and talking about the free option. Send up to 2 gigabytes. Email transfers up to 10 people. So instead of taking and having it where they can, actually would work really fast.
Yes.
Because then you're not transferring anything. They're either watching it right there as it is, or they're taking and downloading it, which takes and gets around the whole sending to the email transfer.
And it goes up instantly. You don't have to, like with Google, and it's just takes forever. Yeah, no, not with WeTransfer.
Now I've had somebody made a recommendation with me to me to have a conversation with Postmodern Family. That's an interesting thing
Oh, I've
because I have
seen
yet to
them.
I've yet to reach out to them. Their videos are different. Their videos are different. They seem like really nice folk. Their
Yeah.
videos are a little bit different. See, I've got stuff both ways with them as far as people recommending them because I've had people on the other interviews that I've done take and recommend. I've taken reach out to them. And I've had people like slammed in the replies up underneath that comment going, no, don't, no, don't, no, don't, no, don't, no. I'm like,
I'm listening.
which one is it? So I have to take and maybe reach out to them and see how to check their stuff as well. So
They seem like they might be.
they seem like nice folks.
Yeah, they do. They do, unless someone else reached out to them before to try to do something with them, and they probably shut them down. That's the only thing that I can think of.
Yeah.
But yeah, WeTransfer is definitely cool. Who else do you want to interview, Alan?
I've almost stopped trying to take and get a hold of JT Reacts at this point. Like I've reached out to him so much, but at some point in time, I would like to take and actually interview him because his channel goes back a long. Like he's been on YouTube for like 3 years. Like that cat's he's been grinding for a hot minute. Like a hot minute.
It really sucks that he hasn't gotten back to you. Because he was doing YouTube for a while, and I guess he switched things up, and then it started to work out for him in his favor. But it would be cool to see you interview him and to see what he has to say. I love his personality. I thought he would have been down for an interview by now, but I don't know.
But I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, I've reached out to some others and they're like, no, sorry, can't do it. Like there's TAF 316. He's like, no, not interested. Sorry, I just don't trust people. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I get it. BX Kid, he was recommended, and I reached out to him. He's like, no, I'll do the family stuff. I'm like, bro, I get it. I'm still waiting on the answer from the Matthews family. I'm kind of downhearted that he hadn't answered yet, but I'm like, he's way bigger than me, so I understand that, And so it's I do know that there's some folks that aren't going to take and be interested to do it, and some folks just with time and stuff like that, it's just not going to work in their favor, of actually getting a hold of them, which sucks because there's a lot of interesting folks they can do. Not only just
it's not like you have malicious. It's not like you have malicious intent. They can go back and watch your other interviews to get an idea of what it's like,
Mick coming with the heat. He going hard to paint between you and Spencer from Embrace the Suck, who would win in the school bus derby race. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I wish I can go live. Well, I can't go live until I get that strike cleared away, because I went back to work. Remember I told you I quit?
Mm-hmm.
So I need to move, and I need to move, and you have to have 2 years. You have to show 2 years of employment. So YouTube doesn't count. They don't count that. So I had to go back to work.
That sucks that doesn't count, because that's one of those things. You're you're a business owner. If you have a YouTube channel that's got any kind of even a small YouTube channel, if you buy stuff for it, you could file taxes on it stuff. Like you're technically a business owner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? once you get over 1,000 or 50, or 2,000 or 10,000 or 20,000, you're definitely, it's a business at that point. Like I've got probably a good $3,500 worth of stuff and be writing off on taxes this year, or trying to, because you make purchases and stuff like that. You get income in. So I don't see how that wouldn't be count as employment, seeing as I'd be like, well, I'm a business owner. That should
I
definitely
know.
count.
I think it's because like you have to pay. They want to see you paying yourself. They want to see that you have put money aside for your taxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like you really have to be extremely organized with it. So, but some people know how to do it. Like I know someone that's like literally living off of got a condo really off of YouTube, and they also have like they deal with a hat club, and but they had to finesse something, what people be doing out here.
Mm-hmm.
Over exaggerate.
Oh yeah.
Breaking accounts,
Oh
switch
yeah.
things around.
Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. That you got to take, and you got to play that you got to have a little bit of the gift of gab and a little bit of clever thinking abilities of taking word things in a way that, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Whereas otherwise it's like, no.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that's what it's part of their hustle.
Yeah, pretty much. I'd rather just do it the right way.
Yeah, same here.
I'd rather just do it. What made you want to do YouTube videos? Oh, well, I started YouTube originally in 2009 or 2010. The videos that I posted, one day I'll react to myself because I still have the videos up, but it's privated. I was going on a hair journey, and I wanted to document my experience. And then life happened, and then I stopped. And then I would upload here and there, and then life happened, and then I stopped. So yeah, that's how it all started. JT Reacts is a good channel.
Yeah. Well, I've interviewed it's JP. He's actually in the server right now. I think he's probably doing classwork, if I had to venture a guess with JP. But JT,
he's in school, right?
Yeah. He started college this semester or last semester. He started college after high school. There we go. I don't know what semester he's in, but JT Reacts is a good channel. He seems like a nice cat. I've reached out to him multiple times. And he actually said at one point, yeah, we're taking it together. And I've reached out to him. Midwestern couple are awesome. I love them both to death. Just really, really sweet people. Yeah, and see, even Steve and Jody, we've contacted JT, no response. With JT, and I don't know what he's got going on in his life, but I will watch some of his videos here and there, and I have noticed before in the comment section that people talk about, oh, I tried to reach out to you on Instagram and I didn't get a response, and blah, blah, blah. Number one, you put yourself out there. You might have, appear outgoing on camera, but you're more of an introvert in real life. So whenever you get inundated with folks messaging you that you don't know, sometimes it might be a little bit not want to answer. And so I don't know if that's the case, or if it's just he's got so much going on in life that he's not able to answer. But
doesn't he have like a Patreon? So is he do he comment to his Patreon members, his patrons?
See, that's one of the things I'm wondering about, because I've almost joined his Patreon just to see what the hell he's up to.
Yeah, I know that he has
let me see what this cat's
so,
up to.
I wonder if he's active in his Patreon. But I love his personality. I don't know. Maybe he's not a people's person. He seems like he might be.
Yeah, well, he seems like he's got kind of like I've got one of those barfly personalities. Like you don't meet a stranger. but you don't know how people are by off camera and stuff like that. I would hope that he takes and gets. I would think that he probably takes and talks back and forth, because I know he's done a couple videos on the recommendations of his Patreon supporters. So, and yes, David, I think, dude, I watched that video on the Daniel Sloss swearing, and her commentary and her laughing brought so much more to that video than it would have been with him by himself. And he does an awesome job doing reactions by himself. But she does, and you can see from the first time she was on video with him till now, the confidence that she's got has grown so much in front of the camera that's one of the coolest things to take and see, other than him taking and getting more of his personality out there. Because a lot of folks don't realize how hard it is, because it's like, oh yeah, it's just making videos. But once you get behind that camera, and then it's like, oh shit, I actually have to be entertaining. That's a daunting thing to take and think about, and it's something that when you first start is at the forefront of your mind when you're trying to make videos, and you've got to kind of learn to get comfortable within your own skin and hearing the sound of your own voice more than one time as you go through editing and doing different things, or even different, if you take and do a video when you're like, oh, that one sucks, so you take and doing it. So there's a lot of things that take and go into it, and to see both of them the way they have kind of blossom on the screen, and her especially, because she got a whole lot more comfortable than he did, a whole lot more comfortable, a whole lot more quick, I think, than he did. I think his name is Ethan, Innocent American. American and his wife, yeah.
Oh yeah, he they're a couple channel now, right? I think.
Pretty much, yeah. Midwest Americans.
Okay, yeah. I haven't been in the Discord in a while. Ever since I went back to work, but I did see it pop up, and I was like, wait, hold on, who is this? I've never seen these people before, because I looked at the name. I was like, who is this?
Yeah.
I was like, oh. That's pretty cool.
That's the thing with me that pisses me off so bad about JT. That motherfucker only 20. What? I'm jealous as hell.
Right?
You put my picture on the back of a milk carton, ain't nobody come looking at me. You take and put that picture on the back of a milk carton, goddamn, everybody gonna be, it'd be nationwide search probably. That cat's, his personality, the way he brings across jokes and stuff like that, the way he presents it, I see the reason why he's got, it's not hard to see the reason why he's had the success that he's having. And it's cool to take and see.
Yeah.
I'm an old cat in this game. And there's no ifs, ands. I know I've got to work twice as hard to take and get where I'm at than some of the younger cats doing the same thing. Like, I have to take some risks in some places that other cats for their channels don't have to, just because I think of my age. Because my demographic is going to be completely different than like JT's demographic. Completely different, I think. While it might be the same country that's...
Yeah, because you know what? It works in his benefit because he's like in college and stuff like that. So that alone, they're going to love him.
But...
And his personality too.
He's younger. He's younger. He's easy on the eyes for ladies. That's already, you got two things right there going for you. Like I said, the eclectic. What was I thinking? Eclectic beard, just plain off. I say that I can't. If I'm completely shaved, I'd be like, fuck, grow it back, quick. But he's got that going for him. His sense of humor, and so. His demographic, while he might have we're going to have overlap. He's going to have a lot more, I think, of the younger demographic than what I'm able to take and pull in with my reactions that I'm doing, just because my mindset, his mindset, due to life experiences, is completely different. He hasn't, there's things I'm going to see, and our reactions, if we were to watch the same thing, going to be completely different. So.
I like how he was like, yo, what up, guys?
Yeah, see, that's one of those things I've tried to take and get out of the, I'm trying to take and get out of the whole what's up and all that at the beginning of my videos, and that's a hard thing to take and get yourself out of. So where it's just more of straight to the point. All right, today's video is going to be this, and then jumping right into it. Because I've even cut my intro out of a lot of the videos that I'm putting out now. It's just, it seems, for me, my retention rate's better if I don't add an intro, and if I take and shorten the amount of time between, you know, all right, this is what we're going to take and look. This is what we're going to look at. Let's go ahead and get into it. And then if I add any like scene changes of like the camera zooming in or taking any shakes or any editing and stuff like that, I've noticed videos that I've kind of shortened the intro, or, you know, shortened the time between where I start talking to where the video starts. Add any changes of any kind that I wouldn't normally do. My retention rate is like above average. It's well above what it would normally be at the same points in videos.
Yeah. So let me tell you the other day, what is the channel? Documentary serial killers. I think that's the channel. One of my favorite channels. I love listening to, I don't know, horror stories. Like when I go to sleep, I binge watch them. It puts me to sleep. I don't know. It's like the weirdest thing. And they actually made a community post the other day asking everybody like, oh, what do you do and stuff like that. And I said, oh, I'm from New York. I'm school bus driver. And now he has over 600K subscribers. And I'm like, oh, I have YouTube. And I didn't think that they were going to respond. They did. Pinned my comment and was like, oh, if you ever need any help with YouTube, and I'm subscribed to your channel. And I was like, oh my God. What the heck? I was like starstruck for a second. I was like, what about me? Thank you so much.
So JT Reacts he's active on Instagram right now, and I sent him the link to the StreamYard. So maybe he'll see it. Yeah, well, I dropped him the invite link to this stream, so maybe he'll take and actually see it. Because if I can get him on here, I'll give the kids Benadryl to keep them asleep if they wake up. No, I'm just playing. That's a joke, folks. That's a joke. It'd be cool to take and be able to talk to him finally. So, because I actually took and caught his only live stream and started chatting in it, and I hate doing this. So, if you ever have a live stream, I try to, I wasn't able to catch your fight one, but if you take and do any live streams in the future, and if I catch it, if I'm there, I'll let you know in the Discord. I probably won't say nothing in the chat itself, because all of a sudden there's so much overlap between us American reactors that people are like, oh my God, I'm like, calm down, focus on her, leave me alone. Like, it's not, I'm not trying to be mean, just I'm here to support her. I don't leave me out of it. Focus on her. Like I'll ask her a question here or there. Don't ask me no questions channel related, because I feel that's taking away from you, and I hate that. So I've started to where if anybody's live, I'll just watch and I don't say nothing. I'll give it a like. That way there's no like, blah, 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 blah. No. Because I don't ever want to feel like I'm taking away from anybody, because people are like, oh, like, piss on that. I don't know if you've ever had that happen. I know Squirrels talked about it whenever he's took and went to people's things, and he's like, I'm just here to enjoy the content. Let me just watch it. So I definitely understand. I really don't use StreamYard that much. Like when I went live during the fight, I went on my phone. Like in the house. Well, I don't think you can use StreamYard on your phone, right? Well, you can, but it makes more sense if you're on your phone, just to take and pretty much, like if you're going live by yourself, just take and use the go live feature on YouTube itself on the app, because it's harder to take and see comments and stuff like the YouTube app on your phone. Now StreamYard, you have to take and go to your Discord browser. Yeah, it's StreamYard sucks on your phone. I agree with Square Table Degenerates on that one. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I had one live on my phone through YouTube. Really don't use StreamYards that much. I mean, I have it. So, are you doing anything today, Alan?
But here in about the next probably 10 or 15 minutes, I'm gonna wake my kids up because they stayed up all night long. We had them on a schedule, and then my 10-year-old, she woke up and her lower abdomen was hurting real bad. So, and it hurt long enough and bad enough. My wife wound up taking her to the emergency room to take and get checked for appendicitis. So she was up all night long. Night before, my 8-year-old was just being a demon, so she stayed up all night long, and then I had to keep her up for most of the day. So she went to sleep at like 10 o'clock the night that the other daughter got taken to the emergency room. So we all wound up sleeping for a pretty long time yesterday. So they're out of their sleep schedule yet again. So they've been asleep for about 2.5 hours now. So they were up all night last night. So if I wake them up, they're gonna be cranky, but they should go back to sleep. I should be able to get them back on schedule because, good Lord, they're way off of it.
Are you homeschooling now?
Yes. We made the decision. Okay. It's crazy because around cool. Here, the way the schools are doing the whole COVID thing is not very bright. Like they had one of my 10-year-old's teacher went to school, taught the class, left the class, went to the doctor, tested positive for COVID. And I'm like, yep, nope. I was like, nope, we're pulling. Because South Carolina right now.
I remember you were saying that you were leaning more towards.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. No, well, we decided to do it because, number one, South Carolina's got the highest per capita rate of kids with COVID hospitalizations. And with the way our school district was doing things, we were like, all right, we understand, like, if somebody's in contact, with a kid, you're supposed to take them out of the classroom and stuff. Like, they're not doing that. They're not doing it. They're not doing like that at all. The kid that has COVID, you got to stay home for 10 or 14 days. If your kid sits next to them, well, if they weren't like 6 inches away for more than 15 minutes, I'm like, bro, at what point in time does science take and go, oh no, you got to be within 6 feet of you can't be within 6 feet of each other. Or if you've been exposed, you might catch it. So you need to take and stay at home too. But it's like, so basically the kid with COVID is going to get taken out of the class. If my kid, because they're in the same class and they play together, because kids are going to be kids, she catches it, then she has to take and go out. But the rest of these kids that are in the classroom, if they've got it, they're just going to pass it around, and everybody in the class going to wind up being up for 14 days. And they didn't have the virtual setup whatsoever in the first month. I said, no, this is baloney, man. I was like, I can do a better job doing it here at the house until everything calms down as far as COVID is concerned, or they get their heads out their rear ends. One of the two.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Some of these schools, the way that they are handling it is really ridiculous. You would think that, they would tell the whole class to quarantine,
Yeah. And that's what would have happened last year. They'd have made the whole class quarantine for 14 days to make sure that there's no, you know what I'm saying? That would have been I don't know. It's, actually, yes. And I actually need to get up with her I need to try to take and get up with her here shortly to try to interview her. But I have talked to her. Me and her actually had to reschedule. We've had to reschedule more than once due to things kind of not lining up like it should, unfortunately, due to life on both of our sides, things being a little bit too busy. But yeah, I have contacted her, and we've chatted back and forth a little bit in the Discord server and stuff like that. But yeah, I think this is a good point to take and go. All right, it's been nice talking with you. Thanks for everybody in the chat for showing up. I think it's a good stopping point. That way, we don't take and go too long and start, people start dropping out. That we don't take and leave it. There's nothing to talk about next time. So,
Okay.
sound good?
No worries. I'm about to get on this school bus. Start my day.
Well, more power to you, because I don't think I could deal with a bunch of people's kids that aren't my own. So many props to you on that one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was good talking to you, Alan.
Always nice talking with you. It's always nice talking with you. I'm going to tell everybody in the chat, y'all be good to each other, love yourselves. And if you haven't checked out Ash's review, or if you haven't checked out Steve and Jody, please check them out. Good people. Y'all all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.
Peace.